Hello, I'm Charles Heimlich, and this is Real Talk. Are you a film lover and love the art of filmmaking? Then join me every Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Real Talk, as we talk all things film with writers, directors, producers, actors, film critics, right here on DMTV. Please follow us on social media and like us and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Ducor Media, and never, ever miss an episode of Real Talk. Hello, welcome to Real Talk, where we keep it real. I'm Charles Heimlich, your host from coast to coast with the most. And I'm here today. First, I want to tell you something, though. I was talking to my therapist, and he said I have a preoccupation with revenge. And I said, we'll see about that. Anyway, we're here today with a great friend, great martial artist, great actor, Jamar Edmundson. Jamar, man, my brother, how are you, sir?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
It's good to be here.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I appreciate it. So you came from New York, and so how was your trip?
Well, I'll tell you this. The trip was an experience. Under normal circumstances, it take about an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours, but today took almost 3.
Almost 3 hours. Wow, that is a trip.
Yeah.
Two accidents, you said? Something
Yeah.
about? Yeah.
2 accidents on the way, but still managed.
Well, thank God you weren't part of that, so that's good. So you're here, and that's what counts, and we love having you here, and and I haven't seen you in a while, so it's really cool to see you again. It's been a while, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But for now, I just want to basically let's talk a little bit about the beginning of things for you. So in the beginning of time, you're from New York. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I'm from the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. Born and raised, grew up in one of the most roughest, ruthless areas of Brooklyn at the time. Now it's different. It's a lot different. It's more mixed. It's more cultural diverse.
Okay.
And I'm here, you know.
There you go. Right. So Brooklyn, that's the thing, right? You don't have that Brooklyn accent, though.
Yeah, well, it's an old saying. You know, you could be a part of the ghetto, but you ain't gotta have the ghetto in you. You can live in the ghetto, but you ain't gotta have the ghetto in you.
All right, gotcha.
You know, there comes a point in time where maturity kicks in. You know, we grow. You know.
Right. And speaking of maturity, you're a martial artist, and you started young. So tell us about the age that you actually started.
I started studying karate at the age of 8 years old. My current uncle, who just made his transition, God bless his soul.
God bless his soul.
He passed away in October. He was the first individual who ever taught me anything about martial arts.
Oh, okay.
He taught me how to throw my first punch. He taught me how to proper way to clench a fist, proper way to throw a front kick. And then at that point, everything just escalated moving forward.
And you just loved it, right?
Yeah. At the age of 8, I started studying the Japanese Goju. And the name of the system is really Bushido Sakuru Goju, which is still Goju. It's an offshoot from Japanese Goju.
Okay.
And my instructor, one of my first formal instructors, he lived next door to me, upstairs.
Okay.
Next door to me and my grandparents, and everything took off from there.
Wow.
And I've been consistent up till today. You know, with no breaks in between. And this year marks the 33rd year now.
33rd year. Wow. Yeah. And you train hard. You train hard. In fact, this year's my 40th. This is my 40th year anniversary. So, of teaching actually. So, now Tell us more about Goju. Goju, we're both actually Goju stylists, and
Yeah.
Goju actually means, translated means, Go means hard, Ju means soft, so hard, soft, Ru style, so RYU, it's a Goju Ru style. So tell us about why you love that style and what's impressive about it.
What's impressive? I like Goju because I like what it brings out from within me. I'm a very combative individual, so Goju is a very combative art, and it brings out the best within me. I've cross-trained in various other systems. Oh, by the way, not to get off the subject, I would like to give a special shout out to a few of my instructors.
Sure, go ahead, there's your camera.
Kaiso Ali Abdul Malik Washington, Shinjimatsu Soke Bahi Muhammad, and I would also like to give another shout out to Noel Malave, which is located in the Philippines.
Okay.
He teaches the Bushikai Kan Karate in the Philippines.
Shout out to all you guys. Thank you. So tell us more about the Goju. When did you get your first black belt?
I got my Shodan at the age of 16. I was 16 going on 17.
Okay.
In Goju.
And that's basically because we don't give out black belts to younger students anyway, right? So you actually waited a little bit longer just for that reason, right?
For that reason, and also, when someone is awarded, not given, but awarded a Shodan rank, a black belt rank, you have to be able to handle yourself physically against an adult.
Sure.
A kid cannot handle his or herself physically against an adult.
Yeah.
So between the ages of 16 and 18, in that ballpark, but you have to be able to physically handle yourself against an adult.
Absolutely, yeah. And what's some of the downfalls about some schools is because they teach these kids all these things, and they really believe that they can handle themselves with an adult, and it's a false sense of security. Do you find that to be an issue where you train?
No. I mean, I don't find it to be an issue for me per se because I'm not that way. But in general, overall, a lot of dojos, a lot of instructors, they have gravitated away from the essence of the art and became commercialized. And when you become commercialized, you just care about the revenue. You care about making the overhead. You care about wanting them coming back.
Right. Yeah, and then it gets watered down. At that point. So, speaking of watering down, talk about tournaments a little bit. I know you've competed, but mostly full contact. You are not so much point sparring martial artist. So tell us a little bit about your sparring background.
I'm a kumite specialist. I enjoy
Kumite is sparring.
That's correct. I'm a sparring kumite specialist, but the reason being for that is that I like to stick with the reality of situations. Point sparring is good for children. They get a chance to get them out there, get their face known, get to move around and get the feel of what it's like.
Right.
To be in the presence of another individual, but it doesn't do much for you in combat. So that's the reason why I kind of stay away from that. Today, there's not much full contact going on, unless you compete in the Kyokushin tournaments, which is not too often. But I train myself the same way that I was brought up.
Sure. Yeah, and nothing wrong with that. We're old school, man, and old school training is the way to go. It's just nothing like it. Too many schools have, like you said, become commercialized. Tell us a little bit more about not only your Goju, but you've also studied some other areas as well, right?
Yes, I also studied Shotokan Karate. I studied Ashihara, which is an offshoot of Kyokushin. The only difference with that is that they don't have the traditional katas. Their katas are more fighting katas, more combative.
Oh, really?
And I've also cross-trained in jiu-jitsu, but my primary thing is Goju.
Okay.
And I'm also, at the time, I'm under both Grandmaster Bahi Muhammad and Grandmaster Kushina Lamar Thornton.
Okay. Have you, when you did the jiu-jitsu, was that Michael Di Pasquale?
No.
Oh, okay.
I went to Michael Di Pasquale only for stunt work.
But we're not going to talk about that yet.
Yeah.
But shout out to Michael Di Pasquale. I hope you're feeling better, sir, and I hope you're doing great. He had an accident, wasn't feeling too well. So, sir, I hope you're doing great, and I hope you're enjoying the show. We have a lot in common with that. We'll talk about that. So tell us a little bit more about after you got done training. Your basic art is Goju.
Right.
And so what are you doing with the Goju these days?
with the Goju these days. I'm still working it. I'm still enhancing my
well,
skills.
tell us your rank. What are you ranking these days?
Oh, my current rank is Shishidan. Shishidan is 7th Dan. It's 7th degree black belt. And that's my current rank. And I'm under Christina Lamar Thornton at his dojo in New York City, in Harlem.
Okay. And that's why we call you Karushi Naji, right?
Yeah,
I call him Naji because Naji's actually his middle name, so I'm so used to calling him.
Yeah, Naji is my middle name, but Kiyoshi simply means teacher of teachers. It means wise practitioner. That's what it means. And I was awarded that title along with 7th Dan rank back in 2016 from Taiso Ali Abdul Malik.
So do you claim it?
Excuse me?
Do you actually claim that rank then?
Yeah, that's the rank that I was awarded.
Oh, okay.
See, let me explain something to you. Rank and titles is two different things.
I understand that.
You know what I mean? You can be a 9th Dan and still be a sensei. So
of course,
you know.
Sure, but we're trying to educate the audience.
So that's why we're here.
So, but I didn't know you because I remember when my sensei Rick Pasetta had an 8th, 9th, and 10th Dan awarded to him by Peter Urban, and yet I remember him telling me he keeps it in his drawer. He didn't want to use it. He didn't want to claim it. He felt he was too young to actually claim it at the time. So he actually waited because there's a certain period, as you know, a certain period of time to claim these different ranks. You know, that's why you're not going to see a 7th degree Grand Master at 14 years old. You know, it's just not going to happen, not legitimately anyway. So, so tell us a little bit more about how you earned your rank and where you're headed with that.
I'm headed with it as far as it could take me. It's a lifetime journey. It's something that I live, eat, breathe, smell, and the same thing with my acting. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It makes me a better person. It builds my character, makes me stronger.
Right.
You know, and this is something that's prescribed for all of us. Self-defense is something that's prescribed for you.
Sure. You need it. We all need it. It's mind, body, and spirit connection, man. There's nothing like that. And it actually helped you to get to where you're at now today as an actor. But we're not gonna talk about that yet. So, what inspired you to be a martial artist, though?
What inspired me was looking at action films.
Okay.
The same, you know.
So who mostly?
Who mostly?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, it's a gentleman by the name of Masutatsu Oyama. Who's the founder of Kyokushin. Between him and Bruce Lee, that's what inspired me. Okay. And that's what made it grow. That's what made the hunger grow.
Right. Well, Bruce Lee was more known, so. And how did you know of you're the other guy that you just mentioned?
Oh, I knew of him through Kyokushin.
But you were already training at that point.
At that point, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But Bruce Lee, everybody knows Bruce Lee. Every kid running around the street.
Everybody.
You know?
He's international.
Yeah. So Billy Jack was one that inspired me a lot when Billy Jack came out. Do you remember Billy Jack? Yeah, of course.
Especially the scene when he says, "I'm gonna take this foot and put it."
Yeah, I love that.
That side of your face.
That's all. That's classic, man. You can't top that. Love it. Yeah, him and Bruce Lee is what inspired me. So, so you are. I understand you're probably going to be teaching soon, or you have. I know you have been, but you're going to be trying to maybe open up your own place, or.
Well, that's not a #1 priority, but later on down the road, possibly.
Okay.
Most definitely, but not right now. Now I'm focusing more on, filming. I'm focusing more on my acting and. Getting things out there, getting things rolling.
Okay, sounds good. So what do you like mostly about training?
What I like about training the most, or what I love about it, is what it brings out from within me. The discipline, the humility, the respect. Those are the things that it brings out from within you. It makes you a better person. I'd rather know how than not know how. I'd rather have something and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Of course, yeah, right. Be prepared, always be prepared, right?
Yeah. Stay ready to keep from getting ready, right?
Yes, as we say. It's one of the dojo rules, right? Always be prepared. So like you know a lot of people in the martial arts world, obviously. You're a Hall of Famer. Let's talk about that. In fact, we just shared a Hall of Fame together, didn't we, in Atlantic City?
Oh, yeah.
So
Mega
tell us a little
Weekend.
bit about that.
Yeah, the Mega Weekend.
Yeah, Mega Weekend, man.
yeah,
Action Magazine Mega Weekend, Alan Goldberg. So
yeah, it's a cool event. Alan's event is good to go and network, to see people you haven't seen in a long time.
Right.
Seminars, you know, you can adapt and learn different things from different instructors there. You can network, you know, actors.
Networking is great, yeah.
Got managers and agents that scout talent there. So overall it's a good event.
Right. All those Hall of Fame events are pretty nice. Philadelphia, we were both together there in the Philadelphia Hall of Fame.
That's
which
another
is
very good one.
Really good one, right? John Crudup, he runs that. And yeah, what'd you like best about that?
What I like best about it is the way they treat you, you know,
Yeah.
the level of respect, and you know, you get what you're supposed to get. You know?
Right, absolutely.
Not taken away from nobody else, but I think that the Philadelphia Hall of Fame and Allen's event, the Mega Weekend, those two are the most prominent. Those two are the most, you know, authenticated ones.
Absolutely. Welcome back to Real Talk, where we keep it real, episode 8. And we're here with Jamar Edmundson, my buddy and brother. He is known as Naji. So we were talking a little bit about tournaments, and we spoke about that, but we also talked about the Hall of Fame. We are both in several Hall of Fames, and multiple, right? What did you like best about meeting the different everybody that we meet? You know, what do you like best about that?
The knowledge shared.
Yeah, sharing and networking, right?
Sharing the knowledge and networking.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That just a moment, just the whole moment, the whole weekend is great. It's a great environment. It's great to be there, and you know, probably one of the safest places in the world to be, right? They're all martial arts experts.
Thousands and thousands of years of martial knowledge combined.
Can you imagine?
In one event.
With some huge names, big names, even in the film industry, which is what we're going to be touching base on in a few minutes. Everyone there in these Hall of Fames, a lot of these guys are film stars, and you know, I guess for some reason, a lot of martial artists make it to a certain point and then they go into film, you know, and stunt work and things like that. So you actually went with Michael D. Pasquale, and you actually earned your stunt. You did some stunt work with him, right? Tell us about that.
Yes, I did some stunt work at Michael D. Pasquale's Stunt Academy. It's action film. What is it called? It's called Action Film Academy.
Okay, right.
In Jersey.
Right.
So I did that back in 2015, 2016.
Okay.
That's where I met. Actually, that's where I met Brian C. King.
Oh, that's where you met our buddy Brian, who was on the show.
That's right.
That's where you met him?
Yep.
Okay. Doing the stunt work?
Yes.
Now, was that the beginning of your career as an actor, or were you already doing acting?
The very beginning was back in 2014, 2015. I was in a project called Jackson Bolt.
Okay.
That was, the main star was Fred the Hammer Williamson.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And Robert Parham. Robert Parham was one of the directors as well, yeah.
Robert Parham.
And then,
I'm going to call you soon. I'm sorry.
by the way, special shout out to Robert Parham, my big brother.
Special shout out.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
And it was an amazing opportunity. One day, when I first was breaking into the business, he was a friend of mine. He was a friend of a friend of mine on Facebook.
Okay.
So I sent him a message. I inboxed him, a long message, very professional, you know.
Right.
And he took a liking to me, and I flew to Cali.
Yeah, tell us that story. It's great. I love that story.
Oh yeah. I sent him a long message with my name and what I do, and I'm interested in breaking into the business, and I want to work with you. And, you know, could you help me? And he reached out to me. He replied back, and he put me onto Jackson Bolt. I had a fight scene. It was about a minute. I was fighting him in the ring, towards the end of the movie. So it's a really great movie.
And you flew all the way to L.A.
And came back. Yeah, I flew to LA, stayed for about a couple of days, maybe a week, then came back.
You flew all the way to L.A. just for that scene. That's
just for that scene, yeah.
Awesome. And that was the beginning, and you fell in love with it, right?
Very beginning, and the hunger was insane.
Yeah.
Insane. The
amazing.
hunger is insane.
What a feeling, right? It's
Yeah.
incredible. And you know what? You're very creative anyway. So that, I guess, is a reason why you're successful. So at that point, you decided you want to become an actor?
Absolutely.
And then so tell us a little bit about some of the projects at that point.
All right. After his project, after his project and after I finished up with Michael T. Pasquale, those 2 years at his academy, I had went to Stella Adler.
There you
For
go.
some time.
Right.
You know, and gained knowledge there, have a diploma from there. And then from that point, everything was moving forward. You know, I was in the Last Operative, which is one of Michael D. Pasquale's movies.
Yes, sir.
I was a warehouse worker.
Okay.
I was in Maternal Instinct, which was written by Teresa Nash. She's a great actress. You know, I was in Final Contact. That was written by Robert Samuels.
Right.
He's a Sifu, Kung
Right.
Fu.
Was-
So I had a great time. You know, I had a great time. I'm also in Dragon Squad with you.
Dragon Squad. We're in Dragon Squad.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in and then I have Deja Vu Love, and I have Paper, which is still in the makings. You
Paper
know?
is going to be a series, actually. Dragon Squad was supposed to be a series, but we're not sure what's going to happen with that. But he plays Brody, the head of the Saints gang.
That's right, Brody,
And,
Brody.
Yeah, you really nailed Brody. So
Yeah, speaking of Brody, Brody is like a mixture of, for those who have seen Power, Brody is like a mixture of Omari Hardwick and the gentleman that plays Ghost combined together, but he's a martial artist at the same time.
Yeah.
He's a ruthless fighter, killer, he's compassionate, and he's a martial artist at the same time.
You don't have no compassion at all.
When
I got to look back at that now.
Yeah.
But compassion.
Yeah, when he needs to be.
Love it. When he needs to be. All right. So yeah, Brody's a good character. It fits you very well. You were fantastic in that. And Brian King, who's one of our friends, is one of your guys, right? He works for you, right?
Yeah.
So tell us how you fit you and Brian together with them two characters. How did you develop that?
Oh, well, me and Brian together, those two characters is amazing, because Brian is like, he's more or less like family. We grew up together.
Yeah.
You know, we're affiliated, but he has his own neck of the woods. I have my own neck of the woods. He got his zones and his areas with his guys that work for him, and I have the same on my neck of the woods. So, but we collaborate and we work together.
Okay.
For the most part.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for Dragon Squad. Brian, you and Brian work well together. Brian's also going to be in Paper. He's in Paper already, and you and I are going to team up in Paper
As detectives.
As detectives, yeah.
And I'm also starred and featured in Hood Dragon.
Hood Dragon.
Yes.
Nice.
By
Which
the way-
actually we
yeah.
both auditioned at the same time for that.
By the way, special shout out to Master Al Israel.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Special shout out.
And I'm still waiting for my information.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be starting filming between August and September, and my role is Blink. Blink is a karate street fighter.
Oh, nice.
So that's my role, Blink. He's
So
a
you're
karate street fighter.
character and all.
Yeah, and it's still in pre-productions, you know.
Right.
It's still growing at the very beginning stages of it.
Okay.
And I'm also one of the head representatives of the KBI organization, which is led by Master Al Israel.
Oh, there you go.
New York City.
Tell us a little bit about that.
What that is just like any other, you know, it's a fraternal organization that shares knowledge. Dojos gets together and we grow, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We've got to get our dojo in there.
Hey, why not?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why
That'd
not?
be cool. Yeah, become a member, yeah. We'll talk about some membership there. So Paper, we got, what other projects you got coming up?
Well, there's Paper, there's Deja Vu Love. Those two are
And that's still the same director.
Yes,
That's
Omar Moore.
Omar Moore.
Yeah. And that's basically it for now.
So tell us a little bit about your after you went to get your reels done. Tell us about Real Arc.
Oh, Real Arc is great, fantastic. Real Arc is it's a platform where actors can go and they can do reels. It's state-of-the-art technology, state-of-the-art equipment. The writers and directors there, they actually worked on big budget Hollywood movies. I'm talking about millions, like, I'm talking about 30, 40, $50 million projects and beyond.
Right,
And they're bi-coastal. They're located in LA and they're located in New York City. So the some of the footages that I have from different projects that I've done, right? Whatever footages that I don't have, I go through Real Arc. I went through Real Arc and I created a reel.
Yeah.
You know, more up-to-date scenes to showcase, because, you know, when you're doing this thing here, you want to showcase a range, a diverse of different characters.
Right.
You know, you don't want to be pigeon-toed or typecast into one thing. You know, you want to play the role of detective. You want to be a lawyer. You want to be a doctor, you know,
Right.
a sports figure. You know, these things are very important.
Your reels came out really nice too.
Yeah, they are the #1 video production company out there, you know.
And you went to New York, the one in New York, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that's great. And your headshots, you also got a professional person in New York that does your headshots, right?
Yes, special shout out, by the way, to Michael Benaby. He's the best. He's the best. I've been with him for a few years now, and his top quality, you know.
Yeah. And Maggie Shirk, I get my headshots, and shout out to you as well, Maggie. So yeah, I mean that's what the business is all about, is getting the right headshots, getting the right reels together, and then self-promoting those things, and letting people see who we are. So you are, so action, drama, you like it all, right?
Yeah, action, drama, martial arts action films. I like it all, you know, I like it all.
All right, okay. So we'll be right back after these messages with Jamar Edmundson, and we're going to talk more about some film and some things that we're going to be coming up with soon. Thanks. Welcome back to Real Talk, where we keep it real. We're here tonight with Jamar Edmundson, my brother Najee. So Najee, we were just talking about some of the acting jobs that we have together and all the different great things that we're doing. So tell us a little bit more about your acting career and how far you want to actually take this, because I know we want to go far with this. So.
Yeah. Well, actually, I want to take this to sky's the limit. You know, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
As far as I can possibly go.
Right.
You know.
Trying to. We're going to be going to L.A. You also have some contacts that you're going to be reaching out to, right?
Correct.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the contacts that I'm going to be reaching out to is, you know, some people who I work with on Bound by Dead, you know, which is a martial arts action film I worked on, and a few other contacts that I had, that I still currently have.
All right.
You know.
So tell us more about your, as far as film projects, how many film projects do you have right now?
So far, a total of 13.
13. Wow, 13 credits.
13 credits.
Nice. So and I know he works hard on his IMDb. Me and him talk every night about about getting our numbers in the right place. So yeah, what other future projects you got coming up?
What I got coming up now is I got Hood Dragon. That's in pre-productions right now. I got Paper, and I have Deja Vu Love. Those two are written by Omar Moore.
Right.
And it's at a standstill, but it's still in the makings. You know.
And again, Dragon Squad. We both have Dragon Squad together,
Correct.
Which is basically the gangs of New York, and your gang is the Saints. And,
Correct.
I'm the head of the Italian Mafia. I'm Vito Costello, in case you haven't heard that. So developing our characters and taking it to that next level, you actually have a lot of training because you went to one of the most premier schools that's ever out there, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
What did you like most about the training?
I like most about the training is I like everything. I like the scene analysis, you know, the script analysis, different memorization exercises, you know.
Exercises are great, aren't they?
Oh, very good.
It's fun.
Very good. Keeps your mind sharp. And believe it or not, you know, those memorization exercises also is beneficial when it comes to any and everything else.
Sure, your auditions and all that too.
Yeah.
So, right? Yeah. Now you actually, this is interesting because Najee recently auditioned, and we have not had a live audition in quite a while. But you actually had a live one, right? Tell us about that, man.
Yeah, I had a live audition for the first time since the pandemic. It's for Magnum PI.
Magnum PI, nice one.
Yeah, I had an audition for Magnum PI just the other day, about maybe 2 days ago, and it went fairly well. You know, the casting director seemed to be pleased with it, and see where it goes from there.
Beautiful. You actually had two live ones, right?
No, one. Only one, not two. Only one.
Only one. I thought you told me two.
No, it's not two. I have one coming up.
You got one coming up.
One
That's
coming
a
up,
live.
but that one was the first one live that I did
Gotcha.
so far.
Oh, okay,
not
okay,
two.
okay. So good. And that's a big one. That's a big one. You got another big one though. What was the other one that you actually auditioned for, or it may have been a self tape, but it was a big one. What was that?
No. Oh, no, yeah, that was a self-tape. That was for, Blue Butts. Blue
Oh, okay,
Bloods.
right, Blue Bloods. Yeah. Have you heard
Yeah, that was a
anything back
while
yet?
ago. No, that was a while ago. That was about maybe a month ago.
About a month. Yeah, a little less. Probably a little less. Something like that. So what's your IMDb credits right now? What's your score?
I don't pay attention to that.
Yes, you
but,
do.
But if you
Don't
want to
even
know,
try.
but if you want to know, it's when I looked at it yesterday, it was about 70,000 star
Okay.
meter
Oh yeah, you went back up a little bit.
Just a little bit,
Down
yeah.
to 40-something thousand, right?
before. Yeah.
Yeah, me and him were like side by side, first and second, going back and forth. I love it. So being the actor that you are with the martial arts and the skill sets that you have, do you want to see yourself doing more martial arts, more action, or you want to go more into the other aspects of acting?
I'm glad you touched on that. Of course, my specialty lies in the arts, martial arts action films, but I don't want to be pigeon-toed and typecast into that. So, I do everything.
Like
I
some
do
guys
drama,
have, yeah.
I do fiction, action. I can do films that doesn't pertain to throwing a punch or a kick.
Sure, of course.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
acting is acting. That's everything.
Right. Because you're a true actor. You're not just a martial arts actor.
No, no.
So that's important to not be stereotyped like a lot of people have. And it's dangerous to be
Yeah.
stereotyped because then you never get cast for anything other than that,
You're going to have one or two things that you do best, that you favor the most over everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better to be well-rounded.
Sure.
You know, it's much better to be well-rounded.
So what's your next journey?
My next journey is to keep plugging away.
Yeah, we're going to be hitting the streets of L.A., right? And looking
Hopefully.
and looking for that. I just picked up my agent and my manager, and I know you're looking for a good agent and manager. In fact, you know a couple of people, and so how are you making out with that?
Well, I'm still being selective. I'm still looking. I'm still searching, because you got to be careful with that, because a lot of these representatives, they take on tons and tons and tons of talents just to say that they have XYZ. They got 3,000 clients, but having a representative that's out for your best interest makes a difference.
Okay.
That's going to really push and work for you because they see the talent.
Right.
Yeah,
and I didn't really want to bring up COVID too much, but it is a problem with us for right now, a little bit of a problem. But we're going to get over that, and we're going to go forward.
Well, it went from being a major problem to a small problem now.
Yeah.
Because it is fading out.
It is
Some
fading
places
out.
of the world is still surging, but for the most part, New York, New Jersey, it's like very low. It's fading out slowly.
Yeah, but in the acting industry, it's still a little rough, because they do. My agent said that unless I get the vaccination, the work is it's tough to find work,
Yeah.
which I get, but it is changing, and you
It
know
is
what,
changing.
it's gonna change up, and I'm not that worried about it. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna be there.
Have
Listen,
faith, brother. Have faith.
have faith, work
Yeah.
hard, and be and be everything you can be. And I know that's what you do. You do work hard, and I love some of the characters. I'm glad I have an opportunity to work with Najee on a lot of projects. We work together. We're going to be doing we're going to be two detectives in Paper.
That's right.
Which
Stay
Paper,
tuned.
yeah, stay tuned to that. That's actually going to be a series. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great time developing our two characters for that project. So, have you thought about your character for that?
I've thought about it, but I don't know what. It depends on what Omar Moore got cooking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah. But he give you a name yet?
Not as of yet. Not as of yet. No.
No,
But I know that
character?
we're working together. We're going to be detectives.
Detectives. Oh, sweet detectives, man. We're gonna bust that department up, right?
Yeah.
We can't tell you too much, but So Najee, anything you'd like to add to the show? Is there anything you'd like to talk about? You want anybody to know anything special about you?
Only thing I would like to add at this point: be all you can be, and always believe in yourself.
Notice.
That's the main thing. That's the key.
Right. Never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up, man. And if you fall down, you get back up, and you just got to keep on keeping on, keep trying.
Like Denzel said, fall down 7 times, get up 8, right?
That's it, right? There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Which, again, we're going to be going out to, hopefully, after LA, we'll probably be going to Georgia. That was on our list to do.
On our to-do list.
Our to-do lists. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because, Tyler Perry, we want to go out there and hopefully meet with him and see what projects are available, what's going on down there. We got a couple projects here locally as well. And with our great director, Prince, who's my director for the show, as well as a couple other film projects. Benita, which I cannot wait. You guys are going to love Benita. Stay tuned for that.
Big up for Prince.
So, yes, he's great. He's great. So, Najee, what goals do you have as far as your acting career? Do you have any other goals to go back and maybe redesign some things, or maybe more training, or what?
Of course. As an actor, it doesn't stop just because I went to acting school and, accomplished what I accomplished. It's always something new to learn. There's always more.
Right.
So to the day I die, I'm always going to keep learning.
Right, absolutely.
So to answer your question, yes, keep growing, keep learning, keep growing, keep educating myself, keep working,
and keep
getting up.
And keep that IMDb credits going up, right?
Yeah, well, the projects you do is what keeps that up.
Right,
the projects you do is what keeps that up.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the show, man.
Absolutely,
it's a pleasure having you and seeing you again, brother. And I can't wait to work with you again. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to our show and Real Talks. So we keep it real at Real Talks with Charles Heimlich. Thank you.